in half.
Yeah.
And this is the people room, and that's my side.
And this is the people's room, and that's your side.
You got to move, you got to move, you got to move, child, you got to move. When the Lord is ready, you gotta move. You may be high, you may be low, you may be rich, child, you may be poor. When the Lord is ready, you got to move. You see that woman, she's walking the street. You see that policeman up on his beat. When the Lord is ready, you got to move. You got to move, you got to move, you got to move, child, you got to move. The Lord is ready, you got to move. The Lord is ready. You got to move.
You write that?
No, that's an old blues song. I even forgot who wrote that song. By Willie Dixon or somebody like that. The Stones do that song. They used to do that song.
They love the blues.
Well, yes, they do. Here's a blues song that they play too, but I can't do it. It's just like they do it. I followed her to the station. With a suitcase in my hand.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that.
Well, I followed her to the station. Oh, shit.
I forgot your courier cups.
That's all right. With a suitcase in my hand. Well, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. Love is in vain. The train coming to the station. Yeah, I looked her in the eye. The train coming to the station. I looked her in the eye. Well, I felt so sad and lonesome. I could not help but cry. When the train left the station, it had two lights on behind. When the train had left the station, it had two lights on behind. Well, the blue light was my baby. The red light was sure on my mind. All your love is in vain. Just messed it up 14 times, that's all.
No, you didn't.
Mom got up and left the room in the middle of it. That's all I won't play no more.
I like how he sings going to the station with a suitcase in my hand.
Yeah, yeah.
Somebody told me the story, you might have, about one night there was this club in LA that was frequented by all the big shots, just to relax.
Yeah.
And the house was pretty full, but it was all ages, because all ages loved the Stones. They walked in the door, and this was a small club. They played till 4 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I would have just lay me out right now, because I'm never going to hear anything like this again.
No, I don't know if I told you that story or not. I don't remember that happening. I remember.
There used to be a club here in town called Sam. It really wasn't a club; it was a bar named Sam's, and the black man owned it. And one of his friends was, I can't think of his name, country guy, heavy set, on Hee Haw.
Roy Clark?
Roy Clark.
Yeah.
And Roy Clark would go in there sometimes. He would fly to Houston just to go to Sam's, and they would sit there, and he and this guy would play. And Roy Clark didn't care who came in to hear him. And we went in there one night hoping that we would see him, and he had been in the night before. And he would just come in. He and this guy, they'd known each other for, I don't know if they knew each other as kids or what, but they'd known each other a long, long time. And they would just play together, just sit and pick and grin, as they call it.
Picking and grinning.
Well, there's nothing like music.
I'm saying. I don't see anybody from the rock and roll world no more. I was in the middle of telling you earlier, my friend Pat, that he's going to introduce me to all them, called one afternoon. It was the day we were having the roof done. And he said, "I'm in Houston. Where do you live?" Me and Dave were here. And at the time, Dave was driving semis for a living, and they just got in the semi and drove down here. I said, "Dude, I think Mamaw was in the hospital or something at the time too." I said, "Dude, it's a bad time. I'm getting the roof done. I gotta go see my grandma in the hospital," which I don't think I ever did. But I felt kind of bad. But Kelly called me the day before and said, "Mark, the boys are on their way down there, and they've got a whole truck full of dope, and it's a skateboarder. She hates them skateboarders." And so I was pretty glad that I had some excuses, and I was pretty glad they didn't know my address, and they didn't know about the internet at the time, I guess, because now you can just look up anybody and figure out where they live. But that was the last time I heard anybody from that world.
How long ago was that?
That was where we had the roof.
It was around 2000 probably.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. They never, because I blew them off, they never called me again. Which is just as well, because I don't need to be involved in all that. That is one drug that I would absolutely, if it was piled this high on this table, I'd get up and walk away from it. And there's it's just, it almost killed me twice.
Yes,
So,
it did.
and,
What was your preference?
crystal meth at that time.
Yeah.
I had a heavy cocaine habit, kicked it cold turkey. I had a huge heroin habit, kicked it cold turkey. I was a full-blown drunk several times. I was a full-blown alcoholic when I met him. Kicked it cold turkey. I quit cigarettes by accident after trying for 20 years, then not succeeding. I just accidentally realized, oh, I don't smoke cigarettes no more, which is the craziest thing. But crystal meth, that was a hard one to kick. That was the hardest thing to kick that I ever.
But you stopped all those before you came back home, didn't you?
Oh yeah, this was years,
Yeah.
years. And there was a time when I was with Yvonne, I was completely hooked on her pain pills. And between her and her dad, I had a pretty good supply of pain pills. I don't think either of them ever realized it. Actually, I do. Yvonne did realize it. It was a big, huge fight. But that was a crazy time because I went from there to Hollywood.